right. Hello, everyone. It's been about a month or 5 weeks or something. It's kind of my first day off in a little while. Um, I have a little tradition whenever I am near LAX airport, I go to a little shop in Manhattan Beach, kind of an expensive upper class area. I'm only there to buy comics. There's a shop called The Comic Bug on Manhattan Beach Boulevard. I learned they have a sister shop in Culver City, also a comic bug that I need to check out. Because this place doesn't really do 50-cent bins. Just to give you an idea of the kind of area we're talking about. Their bargain bin is a $3 bin. I know. And if you fill up a short box, they become $2 books. But I wasn't doing that. And there's also half off, sticker price, trade paperbacks, which I also got one of. I only did one book off the shelf. I was looking at a couple of different things. I was like, do I want to jump on? I saw kind of a cool barbarian type book I was going to maybe read so I could possibly recommend it, but it was already on issue 3, and all the stuff I kind of wanted to jump on board was already like on issue 3 or 4. So I just got this Vampirella 666. I thought, I haven't bought a Perillo cover this year, and I thought maybe I could read this. I wound up staying. I was initially going to go to LAX, the Comic Bug, and go home for a couple hours, and then go to work for a night shift. But I wound up staying out all day. So I had my list with me. Fortunately, it's on my phone now. I finally wised up. But I don't have these Marvel Comics Presents on my phone, so I just kind of knew I didn't have a lot of the Ghost Rider and the Werewolf by Night books. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So anyhow, I got Marvel Comics Presents. It looks like 108 through 110. I don't know how much involvement Sam Keith had at this point, and you would have thought for $3 a book I would have made darn certain that he did just about everything short of lettering the book. But I was there, I was digging. They look good. Went ahead. I hung out there for almost 2 hours. They have a nice clean facility. I got to sit down, and yeah, it was worth it. And here's issue 110. I love Sam Keith's Ghost Rider. I had my Robin list, and I was ready to find some Robin because there was all kinds of Batman and detective from that era, the kind of late 90s stuff, but I found something late 2000s. This is from 09, April. It's the last issue of the Robin series, 183. So I was really happy. If I only bought one book that day, it would have been this one. This was a nice find for 3. Book 183, the last in the series. Let me see if I can switch angles here. All right, so let's proceed this way. By the way, I've been carrying these around at work. If you want to make fast friends on the job, carry around Almond Roca. It's a good way to win friends and influence people. So this was my little half off, $9.99. It's actually the 5th printing of this book right here, the Wolverine miniseries from '82. I've owned this over the years, but I don't have a copy right now. I always love this cover. Completely Miller. I always kind of struggled with Chris Claremont's writing, and honestly, the inking by what's his name, Joseph Rubinstein. It's a little too polished and painterly for good old Frank. I love this image though. I always just kind of think of what this could have been if Klaus Janson had inked it, and maybe someone a little less fastidious than Chris Claremont had written it. I like the concept. The concept's good, but for me, I wanted some version of this. And even you hear Frank Miller from this time, you think Wolverine, you think, man, that's going to be raw, but it's actually pretty tame. Not that I dislike it or anything. It's just over the. I had these opinions when I was 13, so cut to 30 years later, I've just really sunken into them. I'll show you a panel. I actually like the last page most of all because I really like this this Aurora. This storm looks really cool. The way she's kind of given these cat eyes, almost reptilian, in that cover. So that's cool too. It's just kind of funny how this cover represents something that this book really isn't, but it's still a nice thing to have. So a little project I had over the last month. It's maybe a little silly, but killed a lot of time for me. Here's an example of store-bought comic book dividers. You can get a pack of 25 of these for $20. I always felt kind of like that was, them seeing me coming if I'm paying that much. That's a lot. They do a brilliant job, but I went ahead and I got my hands on some cheap cardboard. And by cheap, I mean the mailer boxes they give you at the post office for priority shipping. And I used this as a stencil, and basically from one of these front and back of one of the mailer boxes, and trace it out, cut it, slap on some glue, because I wanted to bind these. I don't know why I had the need to make sure that these were like really rigid, and it would have probably just been fine to use a single piece, but I used these paper clips to make sure that the glue held. So at this point already, I'm into this project for the Elmer's glue and the clothesline pins, not to mention the paint. So to give you an idea, one of these costs about 80 cents. One of these to make runs to me about $8.75. So didn't do great. Didn't kill it, but you know what, man? It kept me out of trouble. Gave me something to work with, avoid the idle hands. Because here is the thing I've been doing. So, once upon a time, my books were in order after years of of grueling labor, I got my books in order, and there was balance with the Force, and we rejoiced. We drank shots with Ewoks. And then, here's the thing. All my long boxes were perfectly square, meaning everything was in order, and they fit perfectly. Not one book out of sight, not one book extra. But I kept collecting, and as I got more books, those fell in disarray, and I couldn't get them in the existing boxes. So, cut to years later, I have an overflow box. And this is just stuff I've been organizing. A lot of these are just going to be like, what exactly are these? These are my Creepshow books. I still need to organize these. These are Shadowhawk books from Davis. So this would be, oh yeah, this is like extra image, as we can see right here. So that's additional image. So yeah, I gotta get my Bongo books in order too. What's that? Copy of Bone, second print. That's a pretty cool one, right? Bart Simpson. Yeah, so yeah, I'm working on the overflow now, and it's fun. But honestly, I don't have too much more to share. Switch back around. I'm a little rusty, boys. I'm a little rusty. haven't shot a video in a while. All right. So you know what? As long as we're doing some sharing of boxes, and this video is not turning out the way I'd envisioned, but c'est la vie, que sera sera. I will show you my my file cabinet, and we will see how that looks, and we will get, well, I'll do this later. I'll get these incorporated into the comic collection proper, because we now have an overflow DC, an overflow Dynamite, and an overflow Marvel. If I had just retired from collecting, it would have been perfect. All the compulsive demons to keep everything in its right place would have been so settled and sedated. But now there's a flurry of emotion that my stuff will never quite be as square as it was before. But we will manage. You know what? Before we cut to the file cabinet, here's a little cooking video I made. Here's a little tribute to Fred Hall Direct Edition, and a small recipe I make this time of the year that keeps me out of the fast food joints. Yeah, this is a recipe I tend to make a lot around, I guess, the end of winter. But just like, get some nice pork chops. I usually get them on the much thinner side. These happen to be thick chops. And trying to go low sodium so I don't add any seasoning really. I mean, obviously some herbs or spices wouldn't hurt, but I sometimes just add that later. For me right now, the less salt, the better. And I'll tell you, this whole year I've been on a real quinoa kick. This stuff is so easy to make. It has more fiber than white or even brown rice, really. And I can make it in about 15 minutes. The only real task involved is rinsing it out and straining it. But once I get that done, just for every 1 cup of quinoa, use 1 3/4 cups water. Bring it to a boil. Put the lid on. This is a great pot for making quinoa. And once it reaches that boil, you just let it simmer on it, like you drop it to a 1 or a 2. And from that point, 15 minutes, you could probably just let it set with a lid on for another 5. And then fluff it up with a fork. And man, I love it. It's one of the healthiest things I eat. So, yeah, so to accompany the chop, I'll go really, really nice with some yams. If you like sweet potatoes, or if you want to do like some cream style corn, that would be incredible. One thing my dad would say though is that this is not one of the most colorful meals, so you might want to have some salad greens to enrich the plate a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to be very bland colors. So this one is the last one, so it's going to get the lion's share of the quinoa. I'll make special note of this one. Probably take this one to work or something. So yeah, that's just something I like to throw together. It's actually really nice to just have these in the fridge after the initial baking. Now these are big chops. I could probably go, this is the non-sticking Reynolds wrap. I could probably go 40 minutes, up to like 40 degrees, probably like 400 degrees. Now, if you cook these 40 minutes at 40 degrees, you're gonna have some emergency room trips. I'm gonna go ahead and double foil this one, just because it's so mighty. Anyhow, yeah, it's just something I like to do. It also works really well with if you get those chicken breasts with the rib cage still on. You can put like stovetop, some white rice, brown rice. You can do a lot of things. I think stuffing works especially well with the chicken breast though. You just want to make sure that you fully bake those, and you can come back throughout the week and enjoy them. They'll probably be good in the fridge for probably up to 5 or 6 nights. So yeah, it's still something I like to do. I usually put on some, a little bit of Asian seasoning, maybe some teriyaki sauce, and yeah, it always hits the spot. And the ones that are in the fridge later, you could probably just heat in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes on 300 and bring it back to life later on in the week. On the way over, I was at a book off. Picked up this Mystique for a $5, and at Target, my brother found this for me. I'll get anything with a gecko, Mondo gecko. Anyway, onward we go. So, yeah, the file cabinet. I basically have in all these cabinets strictly Valiant books. So, no other universe conflicts with the Valiants anymore. Valiants are all by themselves, which I mean, it's kind of where they belong. All right, let's dig in. Last time I showed these, I had a lot of different things in these boxes. Everything from slabs to trade paperbacks and toys, but now it's all Valiant books. So this is kind of your miscellaneous. We got Geomancer right here. I shared these around the holidays. This is the hardcover slipcase to the Unity trades. Some Unity loose books. Like all your, let's see if I can get it to focus. All like your source books, your this one, your trades. are right up in here. There's a solar, what is this? I think this is the Alpha and Omega. Yeah. XO, some hardcovers, Harbinger, a recolored edition of Harbinger, Rye, Bloodshot, more Rye. Here's my Secret Weapons books. Oh, also, I forgot, I put my Nintendo Valiants in here. Some of the best stuff Valiant ever did were the Nintendo books. So I believe this is the run of Bloodshot, unless, sometimes my checklists will fail me. This looks like almost a foolish amount of labor to get all these in here like this, but I don't like them too tight. A lot of Fritz Ninjak. So much Ninjak. In fact, too much Ninjak. So you can't really see them all that well. Unfortunately, as convenient as these lockers are, they're not very photogenic. Just temporarily until I fill this out, I have my Wonder Woman statue in here. But we have right here, oh, The Visitor. We had a fun time in the holidays looking at The Visitor. That was nice. Cool book. Here's the Time Walker stuff. I don't have all the Time Walkers, but I just wanted enough Time Walker to represent, Armorines. These are the old version of the little dividers. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong at all. So this is what these look like unpainted and not doubled up, but Psylords. And here is the pride and joy, boys. This is the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Valiant books. Zelda 2. These are nice. I know a lot of people would probably slab these, but truth of the matter is, I really want to read them. I love 90s, 80s Nintendo. Spent a lot of my YouTube time watching like retro video game stuff. Not so much the angry video game nerd, but other stuff. So I just love these. These are my heart. Way before I got into like the how do you say the girly covers. I was the bikini covers. I was like into this kind of cute cartoon stuff. So believe it or not, these books kind of defined what the later Valiant stuff would look like, because these Game Boy books are set in the real world. Game Boy kind of infiltrates our living reality, and it kind of became a template of how the Marvel or the Valiant universe would look. And here is the Nintendo. Boy, I'm rusty. Sorry, guys. It's just like if you don't work for a while and you go back, you're a little off. These are all Valiant WWF books. And they also made magazine versions. But yeah, these are fun to find too. Boy, finding these in a decent grade. Like David Latham's first professional work. Here's some covers. Yeah, so you get a sneak peek. What's going on down there? Remember, you got to close the top drawer, because if you have the top and the middle drawer open at the same time, it'll topple. Oh wow, I have a lot of room left in here. I gotta do something. So here's Harbinger, 0. I have the pink 0 in a slab, but I don't keep it in here. So these are all the coupon books. 7. This one's signed by Kevin Nowlin. So there's all Harbinger. This is what I collect. I know. It's like, a lot of people are like, well, those who might be watching this, my loyal friends, they know I need to have these, but if anyone were to just happen upon this video and they don't necessarily know me, Davis hooked me up with this, signed by Bart Sears in gold ink, gold copy, beautiful. Tat drew this cover for me once, Tat Comics. But yeah, there's probably a lot of people like, why do you have these? What were you thinking? I don't know. I married Valiant Comics a long time ago, you know. She's just perfect to me. And yeah, these later issues, like some of these, like I'll show you this last one. Oh, you ever bought a book off of Amazon because you couldn't find it anywhere else? Probably not, but I had to buy. I got this one off of eBay. That's the last issue. That's like a cool Western cover, but I bought one of these off of Amazon, 46, and 44 is hard to find too, but I bought 46 off of Amazon, and it came like rolled into a ball practically. It was so badly packaged. So this video is called How Do I Make First Video in a While, Shake Off the Cobwebs, and I haven't gotten anything new. Well, I've been working on the collection. Look at this, man. Ninjak. You know, most of us like peanut butter and jelly. Ninjak is more like peanut butter and garlic mayonnaise. Kind of makes you retch to even think about it. But I'm a completist to an extent. Hardcore. These are cool. It's like this is the Valiant team book that is not what do you call it? Secret Weapons. It's not Harbinger. They're just like SWAT guys. It's kind of like watching The Badge or something, The Shield, you know, a cop drama. Archer and Armstrong is definitely the buddy comedy of Valiant. I find it interesting just because it deals with a lot of grails and covets and, you know, secret orders. All right, so this is probably my favorite stuff, just because these are, you know, these are kind of the more rare books, to be honest with you. I need something where they don't tip over. I'll just put this in here. Yeah, in case I get lost, I have a compass. Okay. All right. 0. Actually, it's working against us. Anyway, okay. Wow. So, you know what? I'll use my right hand so I'm not in front of the camera. A couple of right zeros. I don't think I have the glossy one. I think these are both flat. Right ones. Right 2. I only have one right 2, but I have a couple issue 3s. A couple issue 4s. 5. I have 7, but it's a slab. I need to get 7 loose, and these are Ryan the Future Force. And again, we looked at these around the holidays. You guys remember that? Got any memories of the holidays? And then they ride. And then he died. and then they died. Okay. All right. Let's try to finish this off with some dignity. What do we have here? Exo Man of War. Okay. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Got some of these from Davis. Got some of these in a run. And then I had to get a lot of these loose. Kind of hard to get back there. That's as much as I can open this bottom drawer. Solar Man. That's my first and favorite Valiant cover of any Valiant books. Barry Windsor Smith. That's issue 10. That's the second print. No, wait. Is this... Do I have a first print? I have a second print, and then I have a 9/6 of a first print. Just because it's the only way I could get that book. I bought it. 9/6. More Solar. All the way back. Oh, by the way, here's the paint I used on those boards. Don't use expensive oils or anything. Magnus. Yeah, here's issue 0. Beautiful Lee-Chat. Yeah, I love these books. Kevin Nowlin, Turok. A lot of these are by Ernie Colin. I think Tad just got that one. And I know he just got the Magnus Nexus book. I don't know if I have that. It might be like... Oh, it's in the back. It's like crossover stuff. And finally, Eternal Warrior. 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the back is Shadow Man. Anyway, a little warm in this closet. Where am I looking? All right, so probably minimal editing, but I did pick up a... Where am I looking? Where's the little... All right, so I got a green screen, and I'm going to try to do some more special effects. And I'm having trouble figuring a couple things out, but it's fun. I enjoy it all. I don't lose all my sleep over it. I do lose a lot of sleep over it. Yeah. So after years of waiting, and I'll go ahead and show this. After years of waiting, and it's something I don't even talk about it because it was kind of a difficult thing for me to get that from the artist. You hate to muscle around an artist, but every now and then you got to smack around those who owe you money. But I got to go. It's warm in this closet, and I don't know how to end the video anymore. But I'm touching base with Iggy Pop, so keep an eye out for... I'm going to try to send him some cool books. A lot of the stuff I have is older, but a lot of it is very modern. All right, you guys take it easy.
and she adds up to we when we're living in equality.